Mandarin Chinese has been taking place in the Oxford Centre for 6 years now, and the programme's developed across a whole range of primary and secondary schools. The number of children currently being exposed and educated in Mandarin is up to 2,000 children. And what we wanted to do was visit some of the schools where Mandarin's taking place, speak to the teachers, speak to the children, and really celebrate all that's taking place across the region.
你好，1、2、3、4、5。
We were inspired by Swire. They're a very generous organisation who have a clear vision, and they want to make links between China and the UK real.
To a school day, we have a group of children would line up to get on the school bus. When I count the numbers and finish register, and then children will count in number 1、2、3、4、5、6、7. How many children are on the bus today? 11、12. As soon as they finish counting, they'll come up with the total.
I chose Mandarin because I thought it would be really interesting to learn about all of the culture. And I also grew up hearing lots of Mandarin words, but I never really knew how to speak it, so I thought it would be cool to learn how.
Because it was offered and then I enjoyed it, so I carried on.
Because it's a really good language to learn.
I found it really fun, and it's also the most spoken language in the world, so it'd be useful.
I really like Mandarin because the language is interesting and the culture and the country just seems like a really interesting place.
Yeah, we went on a really fun trip to Chinatown, and we had to try and go up to strangers to ask them questions and see if they spoke Mandarin, which was a really cool experience.
我叫什么名字？我叫马黑。你叫我？你叫什么名字？我叫 Oliver。你叫什么名字？我叫 Zach。
It's learning about the culture, learning the language, and bringing teachers over. Not just a Mandarin teacher, but someone from China who can come and share the cultural richness of the country and then teach the children the language in a fun and engaging way.
I like learning about the culture and everything is good, and just the whole is so different. The way that you write and speak.
Probably the culture and like how they live.
My favourite sentence is 我去海边, which means I go to the seaside. Think it sounds quite nice, to be honest. So.
天明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。I look at the moon. I raise my head, and I lower my head down, and I miss my home.
Because he's homesick.
你叫什么名字？我叫 Alex.
Learned from Mandarin that not all places in China use the same words for Chinese Mandarin.
I love learning about animals. Yeah, I love learning about pandas and about where they live. And I also like labelling places in China in our Mandarin books.
A panda is Dao Mao. So Dao is dog, and then Mao is cat, so it's dog cat.
Well, I think it'll be very, very colourful.
In Chinese New Year, they set loads of fireworks and dress up as dragons because they believe dragons are lucky. And they also do a dragon boat race where there's boats with the head of a dragon on the front, and there's like 50 people on each boat.
They have to row to the finish line.
Row on the sound of a drum.
Yeah. Watermelon, 西瓜,
Apple, 苹果.
Orange, 橘子.
Green apple, green 苹果.
Bang, bang, 你叫 bang.
Any good curriculum is cross-curricular, isn't it? So, China itself, Mandarin isn't just an isolated silo on the other half of the world. It comes into every aspect of our curriculum. So obviously you've got the language, you've got the arts, you've got the culture, you've got the history, you've got the food, you've got the geography. You've got some fantastic mountain ranges, some of the biggest in the world. So we look at our entire curriculum and we work out how we can incorporate Mandarin and the Chinese culture into that.
When children learning the language, but they also touch upon history, the charming culture and the ancient history of China. And each year, even our current year 6, year 5, doing a topic work on Shang Dynasty. So that's just across the curriculum.
你好，我叫 Lacey. My name is Lexi for short. So Lacey is my nickname of Lexi.
When our sister
The
school
school
like send things, we normally say things back. So
Because we have a sister school in China,
And they call that their sister school. So
Yeah.
talk to me about that. So the sister school, where's the sister school?
in Wenzhou, and we've established the partner sister school for over a number of years now. We had an exchange program, and children, we went to visit our sister school, and they also send the staff here to learn our way of teaching. And children often have a pen pal. We regularly work together and exchange letters.
1、2、3、
4、
5。
Increasingly multicultural society, and for children to be able to communicate in a language mostly spoken, language, especially Mandarin, I think that's amazing. It's just so relevant.
But then, moving away from our alphabet system, we have the calligraphy side of it, which is a totally different way of learning. In fact, we find our children who have dyslexia really take to it. It's totally different. But because it's so different, we have resilience. Having to learn something so different than what they would normally learn and how they would normally learn. They're learning a whole new skill of resilience, which is going to bode well for any new subject.
Another interesting element of Chinese, which is the 4-character idioms. It's full of almost like proverbs. So then, because one day there's a farmer noticed a rabbit just died at this tree trunk, and they said, okay, I can wait here and doing nothing because I got a dead rabbit or hare, So in the end, he was just doing nothing. Through this story, or the moral of the story, is really teach children how to, you have to work hard if you want to achieve your goals.
I'm hoping to get a 9 at Mandarin GCSE because I think that with the rate that we're learning at, it's definitely possible, and I want to be ambitious if I'm going to be spending lots of my time on it, and I think it's definitely possible.
And that is the rewarding part. You think you have exposed children to learn Mandarin from reception. As they grow older, they acquire more knowledge and skill and understanding in all aspects.
Have I got a future in this language, you think?
Maybe.
Maybe if
Oh,
you
great.
keep learning. I mean, yeah,
Keep working hard.
yeah,
It's quite good fun though, isn't it?
yeah.
Like so much fun.
Yeah.
Learn different languages.
Yeah. And maybe we'll go to China together perhaps, what do you reckon?
Yeah.